I have a pleasure of sitting down with an adventurous being, a courageous spirit. This woman embodies the definition of fearlessness. Let's welcome motorcycle drag racing queen in the future of NASCAR because we're manifesting it. Timing is just fluid. Dystany Spurlock, how are you feeling today?
I am so good. Thank you for having me. I love that introduction. It was so empowering.
That's what you embody. That's literally who you are. Literally, just from watching your interviews to watching you race to watching you on 0 to 60, it's like, wow, this woman is fearless.
Well, thank you so much. I really am fearless.
And we love to see it. Let's talk to everyone. Let's take everyone back to the beginning of your journey. You were literally, I believe, 17 years old, and that's what sparked your interest into drag racing. Compared to me, at 17 years old, I literally failed my first driver's license and I cried until like my 18th birthday.
Oh no.
What sparked that interest in you, and did your parents ever like freak out?
Okay, so what's funny is what sparked my interest was my family. When I was 6 years old, I started riding on the back of the motorcycle with my mom and my dad. My grandfather, which I call my poppy, he used to street race, so it's in my blood. Then my poppy took me to these tractor pools when I was I probably was around 8 or so. Then so that was like, okay, this is cool. It's big trucks pulling heavy stuff and they're going kind of fast. Cool. So then I went to the drag strip with my godfather at 12. And that's when I knew, okay, that's what I want to do. I want to drag race motorcycles. So for my 17th birthday, that's when my mom bought me my first motorcycle. And I've been with it ever since.
Wow, my mom would have literally lost it. I can only remember myself. I cried so much when I failed my driver's license test. It was like the tire was on the cone and the guy was being a complete jerk about it.
Oh no. Well, look, did you pass it the second time?
Oh, yes, I'm a professional, not like you, but
Yes.
oh my God, I love your energy. I was reading about you, and you set a motorcycle drag racing record by traveling, I believe it was like a quarter mile in like 8.61 seconds, reaching like
Yes.
163 miles an hour. You were only 18 years old at that time, correct? Talk
Yes,
to
that
me
is correct.
about some of your early accomplishments that didn't really fit the status quo.
Okay, in drag racing or just in my life in general?
Oh, give it to me. Oh.
Okay. So let's start early on. My
Okay.
mom set the bar kind of high for me when I was little. I was 4 years old and I was standing in the kitchen and my mom told me, Destiny, don't be that kid that said, dang, I wish I would have. So when she told me that, it stuck with me. Therefore, I'm like, if it's anything I want to do, I'm going to go for it. And my mom, my family always had my back. So it's kind of started in middle school and high school. I played football. I was the only girl. So that was kind of like something I wasn't going out to do, but I just like playing football. So that happened. Then what
Wow.
you mentioned, then what you mentioned as far as setting the record on the BMW Performance Center motorcycle, Brock's motorcycle, and that was I literally didn't even try to do that. It kind of just happened. Then I got the chance to go overseas. I raced over there. I'm the fastest woman on a BMW over there, and I won a race there. Then I come back over in the States. I'm the first woman to win a 460 index race in the
Oh
460
yeah.
index class. I'm in the BMW Motorrad Museum. It's so many things, but
No, you're incredible. We're definitely going to tap into all of that because I was doing my research, but I read an article and they called you the quickest lady on a BMW, and I'm like,
yes,
wow. And at first, I was like, okay, I thought I was the quickest lady on a BMW, but I guess not. Well,
I
and
love it.
then and then literally when I was reading it more, it was like clear to me that at one point you fell in love with BMWs and you actually became an ambassador. I love BMWs. My first car was a BMW.
Mine
Literally,
too.
really? I love them. And like ever since then, I've just been with BMW. I should be an ambassador, but I guess I'm not the quickest one. Talk to me about that moment.
Okay, so that moment after I became I ran the quickest time on the BMW Performance Center bike, I got a call from BMW. They were like, "Hey, would you want to be an ambassador for us?" I
Okay.
said, "I would be crazy to say no." So the answer is yes. I would love to, and I got the chance to go to a lot of the motorcycle shows that they had, such as the IMS show and the Dealer Expo shows, and travel around and speak to people about the bike and race it, of course. So that moment was awesome. Again, I didn't go out to do this; it just happened, and I'm like super thankful for that.
Wow, I love that. It just continues happening for you, but I feel like maybe you didn't sit there and say like I want this specifically to happen, but I think that's the energy you give out. Like you seem very dedicated and so passionate about anything you put your time and mind into.
Yes, that is true. I am passionate about it. I do need to focus a little bit more on it because I feel like if I really put all my focus into things that I do, I will be better or if not the best at it. So that is something that I'm working on this year to not only perfect my craft physically, but mentally as well.
Okay. That's very transparent. Thank you for that. Because I think you're a queen. You're in a male
Aw.
dominated sport. And what I found so crazy was, and I say all of that to say, is that you won literally a man cup world final. And I was like,
Yes.
okay, in 2020, and made history as the first Black woman to ever do so.
Yes.
Take me back to that moment and what did it mean for you as a being, but for the culture as well.
So that moment, every time I talk about it, I really get chills in my body. Um, that whole weekend, it was very smooth. I was focused in a way that I have never been focused before. It definitely taught me a lot. It taught me that anything is possible. Never underestimate yourself, but also never underestimate your opponent. Because a lot of times you may say, oh, that person, they're a nobody. I'm going to beat them. And that's not necessarily true. It just allowed me to grow in a lot of ways. I can't really pinpoint everything because it's a lot, but that moment was great. And what you said about me being the first woman, Black woman, well, that's one thing that I don't know how to explain it. I don't want to say, hey, I'm the first Black woman because you can see that I'm Black. That's not my goal here. My goal is to set the bar high for women, for men, for anyone in general to know that you can do it. Color means nothing. Um, I just want to be that person that kids look up to say, hey, if she did it, I can do it too. And not even just kids, men and women too.
Mhm.
Go after your dreams. So if you think you can do it, you can do it. Clearly, I did it. I thought I could win, and I won.
You went against a veteran, correct? It was someone
Yes,
that
I did.
okay, that's really
Mike's been
big.
he's been racing. I don't know how long he's been racing, but he's been racing forever.
Wow.
But and I'm only what 2 years under my belt in that class.
Wow.
So yeah, barely 2 years.
There you
And
go.
then this upcoming season, I'm racing in a new class called Pro Extreme Motorcycle, which is we go about three high 3 seconds to low 4 seconds in the eighth of a mile. So yeah,
I was
it's
diving
gonna be
into
good.
that too. I was like, oh, okay, accolades. I think someone like yourself who doesn't really allow boundaries or society rules to really define them, I feel like that's really the energy you give me. Do you feel like you faced any challenges, especially navigating through a sport where maybe it can lack a little bit of representation for someone like you?
Uh, the only thing that I would say that gets in the way is myself. As long as I get on my own way, I can handle everything else. I can handle criticism. People told me, "Oh, you're a girl, you can't play football," and I went out there and did it. People say, "Oh, you
Mm-hmm.
can't race that BMW motorcycle because you've only been racing for 2 months," and went out there and did it. Um, as long as I know that I can, I will. That's
Yes.
why I say I have to get on my own way because sometimes I overthink stuff and I mess up, or I don't do all the things that I should have done, or I just barely won by the skin of my teeth. But I just have to focus in more and do it.
Yes. You have to have sometimes, what is it called? Delusional self-belief, right? And it's really hard to tap into that sometimes because you feel like, am I going mad? But you have to do it before anyone believes it.
Yes, that is true. It starts here.
Destiny, you embody that though. I don't know if you know that, but you do.
Thank you.
Yes.
Speak it
You're
to me,
welcome.
girl, because I need it.
You know, you do. Let's dive into 2021 because this is a very exciting year for you. You were talking a little bit that you are officially a part of the Pro Extreme class for the XDA. For someone who doesn't really know what that is, like myself, I had to kind of look into it. It's basically the Pro Extreme class, right? Talk to me about that and what kind of elite process is that, and what accolades do you have to reach to actually be a part of that class?
All right. So again, this is something that came out of nowhere. This guy named William called to me,
Okay.
and he's like, "Would you want to race Pro Extreme?" And I'm like, "Yes." So what Pro Extreme is, it's first we have a huge sponsor, which is Strut Masters.
Okay.
They are awesome. They sponsor a lot of people on another series called NHRA, which is a professional drag racing association. So to get back to the question, Pro Extreme Motorcycle is a bar motorcycle, meaning it has
Mm-hmm.
wheelie bars on the back. It has a big tire on the back. Kind of, I'm trying to think of if you all have seen dragsters, like the big dragsters, the race cars with the big flat wheels. It's like that type of wheel on it. They can be turbo powered, nitrous powered, or both. Mine is both, and uh it's awesome. They're really fast. Like I said, they can go over 200 miles an hour.
Wow.
I spoke to my crew chief today. He says I'm going to go over 200 miles an hour. I'm like, okay, you're crazy, but okay.
Whoa.
And I know, and they go like 4.0 seconds to low to high threes, 3.90 in that area. And that's for your average listener that may not know. I hope I'm illustrating this in a way that you guys can see, but if not, you can definitely go to XDA's website, Extreme Drag Racing Association website, and you can see the class that I race.
Listen, she said 200 miles an hour. Just know she knows how to handle a wheel. Feel me?
Yes.
You continue to rack up wins. Okay, it's just like W after W after W. We can even probably add a little bit of acting to your resume now, since you're on a show. Correct? Talk to me about 0 to 60. It's by Lexus, and how was that entire experience? It seems fun.
So, oh, beyond fun. We were out in sunny California, and it was myself and some other celebrities. You had Don Benjamin, Luciana, D'Angelo. It was a bunch of us out there, and there were 3 different challenges that you had to do. So whoever won all of the challenges collectively, they get to win a Lexus free for a year. So of course, I'm not going to tell you who won, but I want you to go check it out on YouTube. Sorry, it can't be spoiler alert. But I can tell you the different challenges. We had a drifting challenge, we had a relay challenge, and then we had a reaction challenge. So it was fun. And my favorite car was the RCF. That's my baby at 473 horsepower. Yeah, I loved it.
I was like watching one of the episodes, and I feel like at one point you told like a teammate that you have to, you're too close because you feel it. I thought you said feel it from the gut, but then I was like, oh, she said clench her cheeks. But so,
Yes.
do you use that tactic often?
Yes, even on a motorcycle car, she's like, well, how do I know if I'm going too fast or if it's going to go out of control? I said, you literally can feel it in your butt. You feel like not the G forces, but it's like an instinct. That's what it is. It's a butt instinct that you feel when you're racing.
Yeah.
And when you feel it in your butt, it's like, okay, we're at the edge. I can't go any further. If you don't feel it in your butt, it's like,
Just
go
keep
for it.
going.
You got more to go.
I listened to it. I was like, did she say butt or gut? When you said clenched, I'm like, oh, butt.
But yes.
Let's step into the fashion because I'm from up north. I'm from New Jersey, New York. I love fashion and I enjoy a good fashion moment. And you serve looks with your gear, honestly.
Oh,
You
thank
have this.
you.
Oh, you're welcome. You have this one jacket that really caught my attention, and it was because it was pink. I love pink, and it
Yeah.
also had the number 333 on it.
Yes.
Is that something like significant to you? Because when I saw those numbers, I'm like, oh wow, I had a car accident like 6 months ago, and those were like my divine numbers. So when I saw your jacket, it was like a really big moment for me.
Wow. Well, first of all, I'm glad that you're okay from
Oh,
your car
thank you.
accident. But 333, yes. So the number 3 is my favorite number. I was born in third month on the 30th day. But the reason why I chose 333 is because it's God. You know, like you said, it's divine. It's God, Jesus, the Holy Spirit, like the whole Holy Trinity. So I wanted something to make me feel secure, you know? It's like those numbers allow me to know that I'm okay regardless of anything. And literally on my BMW motorcycle at the racetrack, I had an accident and I was okay. So it's like at all times, he's always around me. Nobody's ever asked me this question. So I think this is the first for me, letting people know why I chose 333. So
It's a
yeah.
first. It's transparent. That's why. No, you're literally about to make me cry because those numbers are very significant to me. I saw the jacket and I was like, "Wow, this means divine protection."
Yes.
Yeah.
Loving you. Like I just
Oh,
want to hug you.
okay, come to New York.
I got you.
Most of your gear is pink and black, and although I love pink, why do you choose those colors often?
So hot pink is my favorite color. Uh, Black is just a good offset for it. And then I like white, but now it's gonna be pearl white because it's
Yes.
sexy. Hence my nails. I don't know if you can see it, but they're pearl. But it's just my favorite color, and I feel like it expresses my energy well. It expresses who I am. Pink is loud. You got your black that's kind of dark because sometimes I just want to be to myself, and the white is your balance. So.
Yes. I love it. What's next for Destiny in 2021?
Who knows? Stuff is coming out of the woodwork.
Yes.
But for now, it's definitely Pro Extreme with my sponsor, Strap Masters. That is our next focus. And I'm also racing another class, which is super stock. And what else? And 460. So, and it's so funny because I'm doing all this. My boyfriend races too. So we're gonna be racing, I think, like 5 classes together. So this year we had to like really pull it in, focus,
Focus.
not get distracted by craziness, and rock it
Yes.
out.
Wow, that's amazing. You are going to win that championship this year because
Yeah.
we're celebrating. Okay.
Yes.
And I'm super excited. I'm super single, so if you meet anybody that's like good looking for me, let me know. I wouldn't mind a man on a bike.
That's cool. Look, just come out to one of our races and it's a ton of people there.
Okay. Well, when you win the sprint, is it the Sprint Cup trophy? I'm going to be your number one fan. I'm already standing. And number two, come back for the interview.
So when I won that Monster Cup Energy trophy
Yes.
in that series, listen, I've made it. I'm done at that point. I don't need to do anything else.
Just come back for the interview. Just give me that one that one
I
good
got
interview.
you.
Thank you so much, Destiny, for your love, your transparency, your energy. It's literally infectious. And
Oh,
I'm
thank
so
you.
happy to follow your journey. You have a
Thank
fan
you.
forever here.
No, I have a friend forever.
Oh, thank you.